but you will in shortly. So we want to talk about the program. So what is it? How are we going to do this? What tools are we employing? I remember somebody said, 9 months? What could anybody be doing in 9 months? So I hope you've noticed that the last 3 went very fast. Before we woke up, we are in Nairobi now. So let us talk a little bit about this. Next, please. We are back to that thing again. Then the whole thing around how do we reach these different levels that we have talked about. Having convinced you, I hope, that the individual, the leader, you the leader, are so important. And instead of just taking one person from the organization, this would be so cheap if we could do that. We would only be having 5 people in the room. But we know now the change we need has to be, we can't do it alone. We must do with others. And once we have a changed organization, what we get here is going to go to the other people to impact our impact on communities and the groups that we are working with. Next, please. So I just want to say right from the start, the agendas are now coming, that we are really designing an organizational transformation plan. Is there anything that we need to change in our structures, in the way we do things, the way we work with each other, and the way we think? What is it that we are going to do? This afternoon, we will be talking about this organizational transformation plan that each organization is going to come up with. If these things we are talking about make sense to you, we would want to support you longer than the 9 months to really implement what is it that you want to do. And so you will be seeing quite a number of sessions that are done together to really strengthen our knowledge in the key areas of development of the organization. And you will see also that from day one, instead of saying at the end, because this is what we have learned from cohort 1 and 2, instead of saying at the end, can we now make a plan? At the beginning, you remember it says, open your eyes, look around you. What things are we learning about our structures, about the way we do things? And one thing we have discovered, myself, the last 2 years when we have been working with the different groups, some people have been in the same organization for 20 years, and they don't know a single thing about the other person. They just see somebody moving around, and like somebody was saying, when I see him in that mood, I just flee. Because I don't know exactly which side of bed he came from. So today, I don't understand what is happening. I ran away. And then I asked, did you ask him how he is doing? We don't bring those things to the office. But what are you bringing when people are running away from you because you have become something they didn't, So it is this whole, the holistic, approach. Are there ways? Are there things? Somebody said we are bringing the torch on in this room that we have been operating in for the last, some of you, I don't know how old the oldest organization is here, but some are 3 years old, others are 5, others are 15, many, whatever time it is. This organization, I hope you feel the weight of you as an individual and as a team, but the organization is our nerve center where we want now to start now looking. And maybe you've never looked at your organization because you say that is Joseph's business, or that is the ED's business, or that is, let Wangui or Fish, let Emmy worry about that. It's not my business. In the first cohort 1, a group that Christine was coaching, one of the guys said, my thing is about money. I handle money. What is coming, what is going, and the only thing I do is harass the program people why they have not, why the money is not accounted for. He said, oh, so I was supposed first to figure out what they had. This guy had been in this organization, and him is doing money. He is not doing anything else in the organization. I am glad to say it wasn't like that towards the end. So what I'm trying to say here is how important you are, the organization. And so we are going to put the torch throughout. And you will, this afternoon, be talking about a topic that you want to handle to make this house a place where change is created together. Whether you are finance, we need finance people. We need HR. We need monitoring. And the program director isn't the most important person there because they can't operate without money. But I would like the finance person also to work with me and be part of this thing. You see how important everybody in this cooking thing is? It's not just only about giving money, and I am really glad to say that organization is completely structured. I was talking to them the other day, because now you are stuck with me for a few years. I was talking to them the other day, and they said, we realized we cannot be preaching what we don't practice. They have restructured the whole organization. And then I want to say this, because I'm not going to mention their name. They said, we went looking for money. They are coming to give us money. Huh? When people read your heart and they can feel your connection to this purpose as an organization, and they can see a vision. The guy, because I kept saying we are done with cohort 1, when do you want to meet? What? And because I'm now with cohort 3, and cohort 2 is asking you to do 1 gram. They're asking all these many things. We are just a small outfit here. They said, no, you have to see us. I thought, okay, yes, sir, I will see you. Then he says, we wanted to tell you that this is no longer, us. This is now, he says, but we are not looking for partners. They have come looking for us. This is an organization in Tanzania where it is not so easy to get money. So the organization. And then the guy said, our boardroom has become the ground zero for all of us. This is where we are solving all the problems together, and this is where we are doing things. So finally I give this same organization, the person said, I said, this thing was about me through and through. And I'm not lying, because Christine was there. And there was also a testament that it says, but now. And then before he could say now, the people said, and we woke up every morning wondering which side of bed he woke up. Is he enraged? Is he upset? But they said, but now it is about the children of Tanzania. I almost lost it. I waited for that word for 7 years from really. So this thing, if you don't really take seriously this, so you put the torch not to criticize, because we are celebrating where we stand today. Look how far you have come. People like Fish, you just stop. These guys, I know them from some other places, Look at you, look how far you have come. We celebrate your achievement. Each one of you, Amani, where are you? We celebrate you. See how far you have come. But see how far you can go. So this program is different that way. It's not like now you have done everything wrong, we want to correct. No. We celebrate, and then you incorporate and transcend to the next level. These coaches will take you there. You won't even know how you got the transcending thing. That is what they do. Okay. So organization, you can see why I'm so passionate about this nerve thing, because it can't happen without that. So one of the deliverables of this program is an organizational transformation plan. We will be hearing about it this afternoon, what that means. But remember the torch. Not to say, or to sit here and say we are hopeless, we can't do it. No. Just say we celebrate and we accelerate. Because the need is so big, the problem is so huge, it is so complex. So I will change my note. I will change, even if I do not like Joseph, I will just hang on to him, because we need to move. And Joseph won't be so impatient with these people who don't deliver on time. And I'm not saying you don't do that. I'm just giving an example. I just use the people I know. They are used to this. Me. So you can just see where I'm going. So the organization. What is the organization? Are you there, guys? Is there an organization there? Or is it a group of individuals? So then we examine that, celebrate in spite of our whatever it is going, and then accelerate and move to the next thing. Next, please. So, hey, this is the place now. This is the place. Team level. The team level is where we are. The program. This is actually where we are spending quite serious time, the next 6 months. And so, it is really creating time to strengthen the leadership team, and then really through the coaching program. And so we will also have some group things. You will be hearing from different people today, talking about hopefully gender and other things. And there will be some people later will be talking about wellness, and I may be calling you for special things to come and hear. So that will be happening. But the nerve of you know, when you have a corn, the thing inside that germinates, this is the team. The team is a critical thing. And we found that so far, most people don't have this team thing. It is there by name, but I spent time in my office brooding about, this guy is a two and he's running all over the place. We never seem to, he's just running around with everybody. And I'm so upset with so and so. No. So, I'll give you an example. In one of the organizations in Cohort 1, they went and somebody filled the wrong gas, petrol, put the wrong thing in the car. And they said, initially, we would not just now land on that person. Why? Where was your mind? What were you doing? If this car doesn't move, well, this was an office situation. If this car doesn't move, well, how are we going to get where we were going? Blah, 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 blah. But they said now, the group that is rising, accelerating, going somewhere, he says it was, the guy said it was 3 men and 1 woman. And they said it was Uganda. It was like a concert. What is the next step? Who moves what? They didn't even talk about who put the wrong gas, whatever. He says you could see the team, everybody trying to do their small thing to try and make the car moving. So the objective now became we were going to the field and the car is not moving, and it is not about, it's not about Martha, who was absent-minded and did this thing. It is like we are together in this. And the Ugandans keep asking when we are in these meetings, are we together? Rio, are we together? And we would just laugh about that, because it is like, what do you mean, are we together? But this is a valid question. So are you really together? Or is this somebody else's outfit? That leader of that group, Ananda is on phone here. She's from Tanzania. Let her figure that one out. So, before we knew it, the car was moving, and whoever put the gas wasn't in the place. The objective was to move to the field. They were going to go to the field. And they were able to find, and somebody knew exactly if you do this and do this and do this, the gas is out, and there's nothing beautiful than a team. So, the coaching. Why are we talking about coaching? I will spend some time here, if you forgive me. Because coaching is different from workshop. I started saying that in the morning. Coaching is different from workshop. Because it is a discipline that enables you to become aware of your current approach to situations. So when that thing happens, if you remember during the anagram things, I was in the background there, am I aware how I approach? Am I wearing green glasses or am I wearing red ones? And I don't know whether you remember Jason saying, when you are a hammer, every nail is target to be hit. So coaching is different from the other different ways of doing things. So people become aware, and it is not only becoming aware, coaching enables you to see new possibilities. So you see Christine asking you to stop. What did you get there? Write it down. I hope you'll be reading it later and say, did I mean what I said? Tomorrow we'll be talking about this thing called authenticity and vulnerability and stuff like that. So coaching helps you to see new possibilities, not to feel stuck. This problem keeps recurring. We don't know where to go. And then also to build a sustainable new competencies in our language, because we are integral coaches. In our thing, it is building muscles to enable you to actually make those possibilities a part of your daily work. So this is why this is different. This is why also, I'm sure you are just wondering now, she is making us sign things. It is not, I'm not a bad person. We are not making you sign bad things. We want to connect with you as you connect with each other. And so you see new possibilities and you don't say it cannot be done. Some of the people that we worked with were so, and Amy is my witness, were so dispersed. They were only brought together by something that could not join them. Now they talk different languages. We actually arrived within 6 months. So see new possibilities, articulate what you are about, and then develop muscle. And I don't know, I swim a lot. And when I come from here, because I can't get swimming pools that work for me here, I have a lot of pain going back to the pool. Because the muscles have not been used for a month. So when you are developing new muscle, it hurts. So you will find things that you don't want to know about you. You will find things, am I lying, Amy? You will find things that you don't. But within a few, I just need 2 or 3 going back there, because I love to swim. I will forget because it is a habit for me. If I don't swim, I don't know whether I can survive. You have your own thing that you do. But the thing that you don't do, you are twisting your arm. So we are trying to develop new competencies about what is that thing that is making me not be part of this thing. So we don't, these coaches are not experts in what you do. Some of them don't even know what you do. But there are partners with you to work with you. So we are not mentors, these guys here. And I really love them. I don't know, we would not be here today without them. We work together with you. So coaching is different. That I'm talking about coaching, and I won't stay on this forever, but I want to spend a few minutes here. And what the coaches, will partner is to help you or to support you, expand your awareness of whatever it is that you are facing. So you have seen the way Peter is bothering you and saying, I sent this thing, the questionnaire thing, and I need answers. Please answer me and get here. We are not prying on your organization. I have asked all of you to send me your annual report, whatever. No. This is to connect with what you are doing. And together, we expand awareness of what you are facing so that we can work together on it. We will identify obstacles together. And then, so we are clear. Because if you aim at nothing, you hit it. But if you are really going somewhere, so we gain clarity about what we want to achieve together. What is our future? You saw the map. Initially, it was called our future map. But we removed the future because we have to deal with the present so that the future can be whatever. So that we can see new insights and how do these things relate, and create a strategy. By this time tomorrow, no, you won't know. By the end of the afternoon tomorrow, you will have a coaching plan. These guys are not sleeping tonight. After this afternoon, you will see people eating and running to the room. You say, what happened to the coaches? We will have a plan. But it is not coach's plan. It is coach and you. We listen to what we are hearing using different systems, and then we come and we sit. So this program isn't about, coach imposing. This thing is about coach using their own abilities to work with you along the way. And so we stress, how are we going to overcome this? But so we call it competence building. And there will be, Christine was talking about practices. And I want to tell you, I keep quoting the groups that were there before. They were saying, how can such small exercises create such big impact? Greek, do you remember when you started to talk to each other? And it looked so silly. What happened? So again, it is doing these practices that look so simple, but eventually connect you. Because unless you are connected, you can't do this work. So the coaches are working with you to develop these capabilities in many ways. And also our approach, which I won't talk a lot about, is future-oriented. And what attracted personally me to this integral coaching, it is balancing these things, but also the future orientation. And me, I have seen your work. Some of you, I have been down there. I can't believe what you do. It is just amazing. This woman here has 252 organizations she's working with. I think she's crazy. But there's power there. 10 minutes. It is 252, right? That is what she told me the other day. I know them from before. Greek is running across East Africa. I don't know doing what. Which is with small community. Each one of you is doing some whatever. And our money is throughout Tanzania doing different things. So we admire and celebrate you. But if you are really going to reach these people that you are talking about, these teachers that Kamenya can't stop talking about, starting from very whatever to now, whatever they are, if this change is going to happen, if the future is going to be different, we cannot move at the speed that we are moving now. It's too much. We need to do more. So I want to say that coaches do not tell, but they just ask questions. So they will bug you with questions. They don't tell because we don't know, And so they will require a lot of trust and know that they are not asking to pry. And so we need to create spaces to make that happen, but we will do that. I want to finish by saying we are using this integral approach is a developmental approach. I told you we are looking to the future. We are focusing on development of capacities. There's many different coaches. Our way of doing what we are doing is to focus on developing new muscles to enable you to feel that if you are not in the office, the office is going to collapse. One of the personality types that will remain unmentioned, but I will be talking about you tomorrow when I'm talking about the leadership and the nine types. I can't delegate, I don't think they will do the work, that needs to be done. So me, and they won't do it the way I want. So some muscles there of even if it is not done the way I want, if it delivers for the children, then I accept. So I will put down my green glasses and put on some yellow things there. Of course, all this stuff has to be, we have to be accountable. There's work, we have work to do. So, so the developmental approach, I just love it because it is really an approach that is, focuses on the future, and it is focusing on the change that we want to be, and it is realizing. And I acknowledge, I see you. Because without, for example, there are no structures. It is just a mayhem in the house, sometimes. Without these thoughtful fives that think through, do you see where I'm going? So that is what this approach is about. It is about bringing that amazing energy in one room. You will hear more, and we will also be saying that it is not only about structures and doing. That is what the donors want. Do you have this and that? Do you have this and that? What about your personal commitment and connection? What about the relationships between, Amy and Candy or whoever you are working with? And I'm not saying that you should cross blah, blah, blah. But, if Candy is in the office and, even some people are saying, I saw her crying, why is she bringing those tears here? Kind of a thing. Maybe you could find her. Or maybe you can just tell her she can need to go home and deal with the issues. So how do we actually connect with ourselves, with each other in a way that will enable us to be fully us? So that is the coach. And it is complicated because I think, Amani are the largest group here. There are 7. And I will check tonight. I don't remember. I think we have several different, and you see how threes drive you nuts, or how we have a single 4 in 120 people. So that says something about us. I don't know what is going on. But, each, and there's no personality that is bad. Each one of them is a gift as long as we are open. So this our approach is we are looking, I don't want to say to the promised land, but we are. But it will also, walking through this will teach us how to continue this constant growth over the years. You can see the colors of the coaching thing here. Next, please. So we started, and we start with the individual level. And, what we have there is, a really a very defined program from the start. And you have done the personality test. And I hope it makes sense to you. I think there was 1 or 2 people it didn't make sense. Then they came back and they said, we were just denying what is going on, so now maybe. And you may not have arrived at what it is you are looking, but you have you are now aware and you are looking, So the idea is to open up. The idea is hopefully this will help us grow. And then you will be hearing about this a lot on Wednesday. So you see, we talked about organization. We talked about team. Now the focus is on you. We will be asking you on Wednesday also to join, to create a buddy system, learning buddy, not somebody to peer-to-peer kind of a thing. You will select one person. We did them according to personality types last year, and they really seem to work. So you can sit together and laugh at yourselves and decide how than to make the change. So we are going to try teams of 3 ones. I can't imagine that in a room. I wish I was a fly on the window. And one organization has the 3 one type. So I don't know what is going to happen there, but we are not necessarily doing them together. So the idea is to sharpening each other, getting to understand, getting to help each other with the practices. What do I need to do so that I can change me? And so there again, it is a peer-to-peer thing, the buddy system. I think by the time we get there on Wednesday, we will all have understood. So today, it is about the organization, and Peter started you off. But these things are interrelated here and there. Tomorrow, it is about the team. And we end where we started on Wednesday. Me, myself, and I. If there's a song called by Nina Simone, me, myself, and I, we come back to that point, the spotlight. But I think if we can see these other levels, the pain of change will be rewarded by the transformation that will take place in each of the work environment. I think that, can you next please? Do you have a next slide? So this is my favorite thing. We'll be talking a lot more about this on Wednesday, but this is the program. We have not given it to you. I'm still tweaking it, but it will be with you on Wednesday. And you can see the whole 9 months right here. We will give it to you on Wednesday, I say. And so now we are at the immersion. And this immersion thing, I want to say, there's a story of people who are going through a valley. And they were told, when you get there, they were going to get to the valley at dark. It was a river. They were going to arrive there dark time, night. They were told, pick as much of what you find there as possible. Take as much as possible. But when you cross the river and you wake up the next morning, you will be sorry, or you'll be happy that you did take something, and you will be sorry you didn't take more. So the immersion is very short, 2.5 days. We are at the valley. So when they say this, some people say, this is, why are we bothering with this? So some people just took one stone. They say these things are heavy. Why are they telling us to pick things in the darkness in a river? When it was rubies. When they got to the other side, weren't people sorry? They didn't get more. So there are rubies here in this room and in what we are discussing. Are you going to take one or just only not? So the immersion thing, is really a time to connect. There will be some skills building that you will actually, this afternoon, not tomorrow, go through a coaching session. Section 1, and tomorrow you will leave here having decided with your coach what you are going to do, hopefully. But some of it may spill to next week. If it's, it takes time, this thing. And then after that is when we start this long journey, winding journey. It's not a straight path. Not like, you do this, you do it. No. And there, we have what we call cycles. I don't want to use cycles of development, but there are sessions where you co-create with the coach. So the coach again isn't saying, you Greek have to do ABCD. You co-create the practices that you want to make together to get to the end where you are celebrating, and then from celebrating, And then I wanted to say there's one more thing with Jason, July there. You remember we did the communication conflict after we did the types. There's going to be one more thing on how to continue growing in your anagram. So read that thing, even if it drives you nuts. Just keep reading. You start seeing things. I'm still discovering things, and I don't know how long I've been doing. Not very long, but a few years. A few years. I read the thing and I just say, "Oh, Joyce," But it is helping me also change. And then October, is it 7, 8, and 9? We will arrive at this place we are calling Celebration Summit. But before then, the month of September, we will finalize you remember I told you about organizational transformation plan? We will finalize that, and we will also have an individual transformation plan. You hear we are talking about peer-to-peer. We are talking and hugging the thing called anagram, beginning to understand yourself better. And then if all goes on well, write it somewhere. So I think it's 7, 8, and 9. We send the email. We have the celebration summit. And this is where we are getting all the learnings that we have done. We will be presenting our organizational transformation plan to everybody to get their views. And we will get on our way to, after we have the individual and the organizational transformation plan, depending on your interests, we will support you to implement. And Ekina has given a small amount of support for those who are wanting it to really work through this. It's very light touch, but we are there. So I just wanted you to have a view. We will talk about this on Wednesday in a little bit more detail. Next, I think, back here. If you want to go fast, go alone. The 8, I think there's only one other crazy 8 here, and me. We like speed. The one of the coaches, I won't say which one, they let them disclose themselves, is also an 8. Those guys just like speed. And me, I keep saying I'm making up for lost time. So whoever I'm coaching has to stop me, because I just go. But if you want to go far, go together. So we are about sustainability. We are about change. We are about what we want to see together, So now I'm a little bit slower. I walk slow, but I'm making it up here with my speed. But I've also been made to this kind of a program would be very difficult for me. 9 months doing what? Now I'm in, because I can also see the change. So I do want to leave some time for questions. So I don't know whether this is what you expected, or whether now you are so shocked you may have to go back to your room and sleep what you have had and just say, me, I'm not doing no such a thing. Or you are surprised, or you have some question. I don't want to talk. I don't want to finish talking. Whether I just want to say, are there some questions that you have got? Please take us back to that map that was before this one. I think actually, culturally we are very good at not going so fast. I usually feel misplaced here, but my family now just puts up with me, because if you are going somewhere with me, my own mother used to be ready 20 minutes before time, and she's sitting, saying, so when are we leaving? So I got it from there, and I learned very, very fast, and her name means the runner. And even until very late in her life, nobody could keep up with my mother's speed. She stepped down with the top of the thing. And, my sisters are there breathing. Breathing so hard, because she's 60, 70, and she's just flying through the things. So the spirit lives in us. And I'm just hoping that, we have slowed down a little bit, but you wouldn't know it by the way I talk. And I don't think it is very slow, but it is slightly. So I'm working on it. Don't think you are the only ones who will be working on stuff. We are working on it and doing whatever. So any questions? You can just say you are so shocked that I'm talking like this. Because I have met 3 or 4 people here, by the way, face to face. I know the Greek people because they are stuck with me, but the rest of you, I don't. So please question surprises, because I'm full of them. And I will pull a few before we finish the thing. Surprises. So what do you think? It's here. I've told you everything. I'm not hiding a thing. And the coaches are coming with their own surprises. But they're amazing people. You don't compare them with me. Any reaction? Shock? Nothing? Tea is coming shortly. Do you have a question? This is your chance. Although there will be many other chances.
Not just a question, but I want clarifications.
Yes, please.
The individual growth plans coming after celebration, or did I get it wrong?
The individual, you are going to write it. They are also coming out there. There is the individual and there is the organizational. But what is going to be presented is the organizational. And then at the celebration summit, you will be able to choose who you want to continue working with. This is a lifelong thing. I got into it thinking I would be done because I told you about speed. Speed is speedy. It's Joyce. So when are we finishing? This one doesn't finish. It's a lifelong transformation process. But I hope it will be worth it for you. That's why I wanted to share it with you. Once I learned this thing, I want to share it with other people, and I got a chance to do it, And then the other thing I didn't say here, we are piloting this program. You are the 3rd cohort. And every cohort, or whatever we learn, we put in. And so you are the last group technically that are doing this. But we consider this implementation because the 1st and 2nd cohort have given us so much. In this celebration summit, we spend a lot of time getting feedback and what they need tweaked and changed. So this is it's a changing thing. And the idea was to contextualize this integral methodology to the African context. You also saw that your IEQ 9 is South Africa. It came from South Africa. But it is not only for South Africans. It's been millions of people have done it across the globe. But it is they check it almost every year to adjust it. And the thing is in 14 languages. So it's trying to nuance. I did not think I could interest them in Swahili because of Ugandans. So I didn't blame them Ugandans, What? Yes, I love you guys so, but now I can't go, But they are real partners with us. They are really been amazing. Any other question? So this 9-month thing doesn't bother you, eh? No. Okay. I will be explaining on Wednesday. It's meeting once every 3 weeks. But the small practices that you do in between, the miracle is in the practices. That is where the thing happens, and you start seeing things. And I'm asking, is this JOYCE Malombe or the image? The personal and the group thing. So, I promise you let you go for tea. Anything else? If you are overwhelmed, you better tell us now. These people won't judge you. So we have been working on them since 8:30. You have to get used to me. I'm a teacher, so I do make a lot of jokes. Okay? And we are here the next 3 days. The coaches are here. We will just all be, if you are concerned about anything, we want to clarify. Because you remember what I told you. You are my promise. Every cohort that we have done, we have put everything there. And I don't want to go on and on about the coaches. We are meeting in between. This is not collective rising program. We are learning, we are changing things, we are learning together and doing things together because I believe in Africa. But the only way Africa is changed is you. Why all you? So, and we also are going to be asking you for feedback, because we want to customize and make this work for you under the hidden agenda, is so that you have no excuses. So you have no excuses. You can walk away proudly. So I think it is break time, unless there's something else to be done. And please, 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 today is very heavy. And I have ambushed fish to make sure that we are sitting here again at 11 to listen to some special person who is going to speak to us.